for some handy tools that will make the whole entire process of creating content easier, well, you're in luck, because I've got 7 of my favorite content creation tools that I'm covering today with you. I've been at this, I've been creating content since 2014, so I've seen the world of content creation change exponentially. And I rely on these 7 tools day in and day out to help make my content creation process faster. So, and I also actually have a bonus one for you. So there's 7 that I'm going to cover today. They're all the ones that I use to create content and automate and edit content. So I've got you covered in all phases of content creation, okay? And then when I'm done, I'm going to actually dive in deeper and answer the question of how to automate your content so that you don't have to be pushing content out on social media 24/7. It does it for you so you can do other things. And how do I get started with repurposing content? I'm going to go into that. That's like one of my favorite subjects, right? But before I get started with that, I'm going to do a little introduction for those of you who do not know who I am. I am Kristen Poborsky, and I am an expert content creator, and I help course creators, coaches, and healers dial in their content creation process, strategy, and get it up and running so that they can attract more, build their audience and get more leads and paying customers so that they can grow their business. And I do it in such a way that takes the work out of it for them, and I show them how to automate it inside of my Smart Simple content marketing and automation program. I discovered the power of content creation and automating my business back in 2014. I was a lone VA, virtual assistant, for those of you who don't know what that is, and I had lots of great clients, but they were driving me crazy. And yes, that's my dog Griffey and my other dog in the background, if you can see them. Anyways, if you hear any dog noises, that's who they are. Anyways, I had this great stable of clients. I was profitable, but I was working way too hard. I would go on vacation. I can remember one specifically. We were in Palm Springs, and everybody's outside enjoying the pool, enjoying the sunny day, and where was I? Inside working. And it was in that moment, it was in that moment that I decided I can't do this anymore. And to top it all off, I had a brand new client who fired me for going on vacation. Is that ridiculous? It was in that moment I really realized I couldn't go on anymore doing things by hand and doing them day in and day out and being beck and call to my clients. So I knew that I needed to create something, a system, a method, whatever that would help them automate and grow their businesses. And what I discovered through my work and hours and hours and hours of practice was that content creation, when done right and aligned with their business objectives, was the way to really grow their audience, get leads, and turn them into paying clients. I'm still doing that today, and I still do it for my clients, but it's all automated and in a process that not only makes it easy for me as my team, it's all automated, but it's also easier for them and makes it faster for them to create the content so they don't get burned out every single week doing it. And it's this same system. It's called the Rapid Content Creation System, is what I teach inside of my Smart Simple Content Marketing and Automation program. Okay, so I've got a free training coming up real soon where I'm teaching profitable content creation, the steps to that. So if you're interested in that, there's a link down below that you can register for that upcoming training. But for now, let's get into today's topic. My 7 favorite, actually 8, because I'm going to give you a bonus tool for creating content that will help you save time and be more consistent and actually create better content. Okay, so the first tool that I always use, and this is how I built my system, the rapid content creation system, all inside of Google. It's a free tool, and I built this whole system that and a dashboard for it that I use for my clients to automate all the process. So that means that I've got my planning tool, I've got templates for creating content, I've got standard operating procedures, everything inside of there that cuts the content creation process down by 50% or more. So I love Google Drive because it allows me to share things with my clients and my students. We can collaborate on them, and also it's what I use to tell my team what to do and when for my one-on-one clients. So it is an indispensable tool for collaborating and creating standard operating procedures, and for organizing everything so that you have it all in one place, which I'm keen on doing that as well. The next tool that I like to use is called Restream. So if you are creating video content and you want to get it out there in multiple places with one tool, Restreamio, that's what I use to, once I've created my videos, it goes right in there, gets scheduled, and pushed out onto multiple platforms so that I can save time, and it's not very expensive. So this is a paid tool, and I can't remember, it's less than $20, maybe $16 a month. Love, love, love it. That helps me push my video content everywhere I need it to go. Then my next tool, of course, all roads always lead to your blog or your website. I want you to know that that's one of the golden rules with content creation and content marketing, is that all roads, all your basic content should be on your website. And what do I build my websites for my clients and myself? WordPress. And I use the theme that I like to use is called Elementor theme. Now I'm going to add that down there in the links as well, because it's a super simple, easy to use drag and drop builder that you can build pretty much any kind of page super fast. And I've used it to create templates that I use to give to my clients when they're in my program so that they can build course platforms and they don't have to pay for an expensive platform. So it's super handy to have that, because when you have a WordPress site, there's a lot of things that you can do so that you don't have to pay for expensive tools, okay? So that, I love that, and I love the Elementor theme in particular. That's what I use. So then my next favorite tool, and I use this practically every day, and if I'm not using it, my team is using it, and that is Canva. Now I have the paid version because I use it because I put my branding guide in there. I use a lot of the extra paid tools so that my content that I push out on social media, my thumbnails, things like that, are super professional because it has a background remover. I use that tool all the way, but it comes with the premium version. And the other cool thing about that premium version is that you get stock photos so that you don't have to pay extra money every single month for stock photos. So that's another benefit of having that. And again, that's less than $20 a month. I think it's $12 to $16 a month. So all these tools that I'm sharing with you are very inexpensive tools. You could probably, with the exception of Kartra, you could get away with building using these to automate your business for less than $100, okay? So let's move on to my next favorite tool. Now, everybody needs to have an email provider. I happen to use Kartra because I am a course creator and I like to automate things. So that's why I use Kartra. But you can get away with using a WordPress site and a something like MailChimp for free if you're just getting started out. But if you're at the point where you want to automate, my tool of choice happens to be Kartra because it has all these great funnel functions and things like that, and tagging so that you can really automate your marketing. So I use that. I encourage my clients to use it. It's less expensive than a lot of tools out there already to automate and create funnels with, okay? Then, one of the things that I always teach my students, because I'm all about automating and saving time, and I do this for my clients, I use a tool called Meet Edgar, because one of the best things you can do as a content creator is not just push your content out there once, but to actually keep it on rotation. So Meet Edgar allows us to build content libraries and actually push the content out there again and again and again, so that people that didn't see it the first time will get it another time or the time after that. You just never know when it's going to get in front of the person at the right time. And the best way to do it is to automate all of that so that you can work on other things in your business rather than worrying about what to post every single day out on social media. It also allows you to go on vacation and not worry about what's going on in your business as well. The other automation tool, now I should back up, because Kartra, you can use it for pretty much most sites, all the sites. I think the one that you can't use it for, you may be able to use it for Pinterest, but I use Tailwind for Pinterest just because it has some other features in it, like smart pinning and looping and things like that, so that you can automate your Pinterest pins as well. Plus it has Pinterest Tailwind communities or Pinterest communities that help you get more visibility. So I use those two tools to automate social media exclusively. I've been using them, a long time. And I know that they work, and they're easy to use. So I don't know where I would be for sure without Meet Edgar, because I can just put things in there, set it, forget it, and go. So I love those because I really feel like it's important to be able to automate as much as your content marketing as possible. Okay, so my next tool, well, those are, the bonus tool. Okay, so a lot of people wonder, how do I edit my videos? So I've tried a lot of things. I've tried what comes with the iPhone. I'm not going to say what that is. It was too hard. I did use ScreenFlow for a long time, but it was lacking some features, and it was actually kind of expensive to buy. So I found this other tool called Wondershare Filmora. It makes it so easy for me to go in and professionally edit my videos, adding transitions, call outs, things like that. Even allows me to strip out the audio and turn my videos into a podcast with one click. Now, don't you just love that? So really, editing a video and turning it into a podcast, super easy. Probably takes me 10 minutes, 15 minutes to get it all done, because I have a system in there. I have templates that I use. Love, love, love it. And it's not very expensive. I think it's like maybe $50 for a year at the most. It's one of the least expensive and that I found, and very easy, beginner friendly to use. So that's my list of the 7 plus the bonus tools that I like to use to automate my business. And I'm going to just go through them one last time, and I've got them all linked down below in the notes for you so that you have them. So Google Drive for organizing and creating systems, Restream for pushing video content out there, WordPress, Canva for graphics, Kartra for my email provider and building funnels. But if you want to go the free version, I highly suggest MailChimp. After that, for automating is automating is for Meet Edgar to automate my social media out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Okay, that's what I use for those. And then I use Tailwind sometimes for Instagram, but for sure for Pinterest. So those are my favorite tools. And the bonus tool, don't forget this, for video editing is Filmora Wondershare. Okay, so if you're ready to get started creating content that's profitable and helps you build your business by building your audience, helping you turn them into leads and customers, I have got the Profitable Content Creators Roadmap. right down waiting for you in the link in the notes below. So let's dive into today's first question. So let's talk about this because I talked about before automating your content. So I get this question a lot. Why should I, or why would I want to automate my content? Well, the biggest thing is what a lot of people do is they forget to rotate their content. So they might post a blog post once out on social media and it never sees the light a day again. Well, you're doing your audience a real disservice if you don't push several pieces of content about that blog post out again and again, because you don't know who's going to see it and when. So I have that all set up, and that is the biggest reason why you want to do it. Also to save time. But I have content planned by month, by theme, that I can turn on and turn off with my automation. So if I'm going into a launch mode, I have a bucket all set up with my launch content that I will reuse over and over again. And if I feel like it's getting a little stale, I will change it up a little bit and change up the images and replace them and put them right back into that bucket. I may add new content, take old content out, but I just turn it on and turn it off, and I know with confidence of when it's going out and that it's going out using Meet Edgar and Tailwind. So really, it's for me to be able to organize, plan ahead, and execute without having to go in there every single day is the biggest reason why I do it, plus the fact that it's really good to rotate content that you have already, because you want people to keep seeing the message, and someone who didn't see it before may see it the second or the third time that you push it out there. Okay, so that leads me into the next question I'm going to answer, and that is, how do I get started with repurposing? So for those of you who do not know what repurposing is of content, it means taking a single piece of content and turning it into several forms of content that you can put out on social media, okay, or different platforms. So for me, the easiest and fastest way to repurpose content is to start by making a video, just like this video. So from this video, I take this video and I put it on YouTube, I put it on my blog, I push it out with social media pieces, and then I strip out the audio part of it and turn it into a podcast. So this way I get more bang for my buck, because I have a piece of content that I can turn into several forms, and it's easy for me to make it and fast to do it. So that is really, I say, the fastest way to get started with creating repurposing content is with creating a video. And even if you're not ready to create a podcast, you can take that video content later on, just like I did for my client Todd Krieger, who has video content that we created 5+ years ago. We took that content, took the audio out of it, and repurposed it into his podcast. And it's been wildly successful. He gets thousands of listeners every single month listening in on his podcast, and it's really helped him to tap into another place where he gets clients from. So you can kind of see the power of repurposing your content, because it allows you in an easy way to be out on multiple platforms and to reach more people. So if you're ready to get started creating profitable content that helps you build your audience, get leads, and turn them into paying customers for your coaching practice or healing practice, I've got the Profitable Content Creators Roadmap waiting for you. I've got the link right down below so that you too can start creating the right content at the right time for your audience.